Greetings, Warrior. This is Walt, founder and game director at Infitnite, here to provide you with an update on the closed alpha test for our new Infinite experience, still launching worldwide on August 1st on Apple and Android platforms. You might be wondering if you have been anticipating the alpha test or even the beta and early access. What's been going on? Is it delayed? What's been happening behind the scenes? I'm going to fill you in this video. So if you want to learn more about Infinite and you are into fitness, fantasy, role-playing games, consider subscribing below. Before I dive in, I want to do a big shout out to a warrior who just achieved this epic milestone, Sheralynne, 50 pounds down. She's been playing Infinite since day one, and just like with anyone going through life, life always has their ups and downs. And regardless if you looked a certain way back in 2022 or 2024, whatever that might be, the big thing is committing to change and transformation. And she did that. She committed to getting to this weight loss goal, and she did it. So shout out to Warrior Sheralynne. I wanted to start off this video with that epic milestone, 50 pounds down. First and foremost, the alpha is not delayed. It will be coming out any second now, I should say, any day now, simply because I've been really diligent in the polishing phase. And I'll explain a little bit more later in terms of what that polishing phase entails, what exactly I'm polishing, and that big reason as to why I'm going in here and trying to really maintain this standard of excellence and making sure I give a high quality experience even for the alpha testing. But I want to reveal something really epic, and that is the first race that's going to be available for you to select inside of Infinite when crafting your avatar, and that is the Synth. The Synth race specializes in calisthenics, and it's a race built around precision, control, agility, and balance, and essentially is focused on mastering your body like it's a living weapon. And the design of the Synth, again, these are concepts, these are not final, but ultimately the reason why I went with this is I want to maintain the fantasy and magical aspect. And instead of it going way too far into the sci-fi, cyberpunk area, I wanted to ground the design and the world building around our race into magic. And I'm going to reveal way more. I'm going to be doing a deep dive into all three of our starting races inside of Infinite. But for now, that is what I'm going to share with you in terms of the Synth race. Badass samurais with cybernetic-esque aspects about themselves, but rooted in magical ether. That is the Synth race. Again, there's going to be way more information dropping as we get closer to global launch. But the big thing is about the closed alpha is I chose to polish the first thing every player feels, and that's the first 15 to 30 minutes of the app. It's such a make or break experience for every single person, right? That first 15 minutes going through the moment you boot up the app to going through the onboarding and story building aspects, the prologue, and going through that experience is so important for new players, because if you don't feel like this is something that is unique and engaging or entertaining and immersive, you're just going to bounce. You're just going to, delete the app or go somewhere else or do something else, right? So I really wanted to make sure that the first 15 and 30 minutes are polished and ready for the closed alpha. So literally, even the moment we start opening the app for any player, this is the closest experience that every single person is going to have. So really been polishing that 15 to 30 minutes for good reason. Now, again, like I said, that first impression really does decide everything. I really want to make sure that you are excited about it. I really want to really fuel your imagination and curiosity about Infinite and everything related to fitness and fantasy and role-playing games, and really combine all those things together and display it and present it in an experience that is going to truly captivate you and ultimately impact your life. And I really wanted to reduce confusion and overwhelm as well. So what is exactly the polishing areas? Well, number one is onboarding. Number two is tutorials. I've played so many games in my life, and sometimes the tutorial alone can cause someone to not play the game or even just delete the app. So really wanted to make the tutorial actually valuable and informative, and also optional in some cases. The big thing is also spotlight tours as well, in terms of walking you through the inside of the app and how to use it, where things are located, what things do, and just really teaching you how to leverage the app. Text sizing as well, and placement. We're obviously optimizing for mobile, so that's a huge thing, and also it's a big change as well going into the next thing I'll share with you as well as to why text sizing is such a huge thing. But button placement, flow, bug fixes, overall clarity, all that stuff matters in terms of the polishing phase. And ultimately, I didn't want alpha testers to be bug testers. That's the big thing. I really wanted real players, and I really wanted you, if you are part of the alpha test, to go through the experience as if you are a normal player downloading the app for the first time, right? I didn't want you pinpointing bugs and just, specifically doing things that development and bug testers, QA testers like myself can just do. I really wanted you to approach it as if you are downloading the app for the first time and it's out for everybody. Because big thing is I really wanted to make sure that you have a smooth experience, it's guided, it's immersive, and also meaningful to you. Now, 3 big things moved all at once, which is what caused the whole kind of delay, because we originally were supposed to have the alpha test in mid-June, and now we're going into July. So here's exactly what happened. Number 1, I wanted to make sure that we have full Spanish support. So I really wanted to push hard for that complete Spanish translations in time for the closed alpha, so that our Spanish speakers can appreciate it and also provide feedback on the translations and things like that. So that was a major thing. I had to literally translate everything inside the app, and that was extremely time consuming and also very difficult. But it also sets the foundation for future language support moving forward. So that's the big thing, is because I've focused on building a system around supporting an additional language, now future languages are going to actually appear faster, and it's going to be much easier to expand our language support, since we are launching worldwide in over 150 countries. Another big shift is that we shifted the alpha to web first. So originally the alpha was supposed to be the actual native Apple and Android app testing, but to get more people into the alpha and also make the process effortless and easy, we shifted to web first, because again, Apple and Android have their own rules and processes, and it's tough. So to again make sure that we're accommodating and make it accessible, we worked on the web version, and in the process of working on the web version, it now opened up a new path, which I'm excited to share that we got approved as a developer on Epic Game Store. So since we're working on that web version, that opened up a door for a possible PC and Mac release for Infinite, which was not planned, honestly. The web version, honestly, was primarily for dev purposes, to really kind of do dev testing, and it turned into actually, building assets for desktop. And in the process of doing all of that and preparing for the alpha, we now have an opportunity to potentially be on Epic Game Store in Steam. And so PC and Mac versions are in development. So that's super exciting. I'm super hyped for it. Wasn't expecting it, and that just means it's going to be more accessible for those who want to be on a desktop and want a desktop experience, or are on their computer and want to just boot up Infinite from their computer. That's totally a possibility too. Then of course, when you're on the go or when you're at the gym or wherever you are, you can just open up the mobile app as well. So we also want to have cross compatibility and also cross connection as well, and cross progression across devices. So get excited. That's something down the road. I'll provide more updates to that later. But to kind of to fill you in on what's going on, I guess, right now, again, final QA polish, opening the gates any day now. This week, before July 4th is the goal. So before July 4th, again, with everything after, it is tighter and more frequent than first planned. So beta is going to be closer. It's going to be sooner. Again, we'll just announce beta's date once we officially launch the closed alpha, and then also early access is going to be sooner as well. So all this means really is that the closed alpha, even though it's delayed, does not mean the beta and early access are delayed too. That just means that it's actually going to be sooner. So that could be a win-win for you. And of course, we are still on track for August 1st official launch. And again, as a reminder, closed alphas for current subscribers, betas for former subscribers and former players, early access is for the wider Infinite community. So anyone who knows we exist, that is all for early access. But ultimately, I want to leave you with this. Thank you for your patience, support, and belief. Literally, the extra time is to truly make this experience better and more enjoyable for you, so that you have the best first impression that you have and truly are captivated and immersed into the Infinite world that I spent almost nearly 6 years building. We're almost there. And I always leave with this: conquer the day, warrior. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this update. Stay excited. You will be having your chance to get inside and experience Infinite yourself very, very soon. And as always, this is Walt. I'm the founder and game director at Infinite. And I'll see you inside the Infinite world soon, warrior. Peace out.